well then, the topic of today's lesson is God. Now I'm sure you've all got various ideas and opinions about who or what God is, and I'd really love to hear some of them. How about starting with you, Mr. Sheep?
Well, I'm not too sure what to say, really. I'm afraid you caught me quite a bit off guard. But I imagine my God would be some sort of superior sheep that watches over the rest of us sheep. And I expect he'd be kept very busy, too, deciding who to punish and who to reward. That's about it, really.
Wallace Sheep is very old and hardly ever says a word. The children have adopted him as a surrogate grandpa. Gang Gang gives the old sheep a big friendly smile.
Thank you, Mr. Sheep. And what about you, Mrs. Bull Cow?
Me? Oh, I just think he's an angel of perfection who never makes mistakes or does anything wrong.
And you, Mr. Rabbit?
Well, I don't believe in a god or anything like that. I just think we're all here till we die to make room for someone else, and that's about it.
Gang Gang notices that Mo Wombat is eager to say something too.
And you, Mr. Wombat?
Well, I reckon the land's gone. I mean to say, it's what keeps us all going, ain't it? I mean, without the land, none of us would even be here, would we?
Yeah, I think so too.
Gang Gang gives them both a little smile and then refocuses attention on old Wallace Sheep.
Mr. Sheep, I believe you think God is a superior sheep up in the sky who punishes and rewards.
Yes, that's correct, Mr. Cockatoo.
Could you please tell us why you think this?
Oh, dearie me, you got me now. I don't really have a definite explanation. I just think he is, that's all. Past generations of my family have always believed it, and so do I.
I see. So because your family have passed this belief on down to you, you automatically agree that it must be correct, is that right?
Yes, of course. I've never had any reason not to.
Wallace is becoming a bit unnerved by all the sudden attention. Gang Gang is suddenly wearing a solemn look.
Mrs. Bull Cow, I believe you claim God is an angel of perfection. Could you explain why you believe this?
Because it's common sense, isn't it? He has to be perfect and different from us. Because he's God, isn't he?
I see. Tell me, Mr. Sheep, do you believe God deliberately punishes little innocent children and causes them to suffer?
Bluey is impressed. Gang Gang has brought up the tough subject he didn't have time for in a previous lesson.
Well, I'm not sure what you mean.
All these things are put here to test us, Mr. Cockatoo.
To test us at the expense of little children's suffering?
Yes, it's all punishment for our sins.
But whatever could a little baby have done to deserve such punishment so early in its life?
Sarah doesn't answer, so Gang Gang decides to elaborate.
Mr. Bull Cow, could you deliberately allow one of your daughters to have food and love while the others starved and knew nothing but misery?
No, of course I couldn't. That would be a dreadful thing for any parent to do.
Yes, I think so too. And that's why I'm having a difficult time believing that a God who is the centre of all perfection and goodness would allow such a thing to happen either. It just doesn't add up or make any sense to me. Does it make any sense to you, Mr. Bull Cow?
Not if you put it like that, it doesn't, no.
I personally believe we all create our own good and bad fortune by our own good and bad deeds. And I'll be happy to tell you more about why I believe this in future lessons.
But I heard somewhere that God is a very jealous God.
But being jealous isn't a good thing, Mr. Goat. In fact, it's one of the lowest states of life. So how then is it possible for the ultimate of goodness and perfection to be jealous?
I'm buggered if I know, but that's what I've heard.
While Gang Gang stretches his neck and spreads his wings out, Billy Goat considers what has been said with a very dumb gaze.
The truth is, everyone, There are so many different explanations and interpretations of who or what God is that it's impossible to keep up with them all. Why, there's a new one being born every day. And although it's an individual's right to choose and decide for himself what he wishes to believe in or not, it still doesn't guarantee that what he chooses to believe is the actual truth. The one thing that stands out here today is although there are different thoughts and descriptions as to who or what God is, most of us appear to agree that there's some sort of almighty force or power at work, even if it's only the land.
Yes, that's true.
Well, I personally believe the truth lies within our ninth consciousness.
What the dickens is that all about then?
Well, it takes a bit of explaining, Mr. Camel. So how about we make the 9 consciousnesses our topic for tomorrow's lesson?
Very well then.
I'm sure learning about them will allow all of you to have a much better understanding of everything, including yourselves.
As Genja